Welcome back to MidEast In Depth. Today we will take a look at commentaries in reaction to the CIA's torture program published in the US Senate Intelligence Committee report. David Ignatius in the Daily Star looks back at a nightmare era in which a CIA with little expertise in interrogation worked desperately to gather information that might protect a nation traumatized by the events of 9/11. He explains a CIA medical officer who was assigned to monitor the interrogation of an al-Qaeda operative named Abu Zubaydah sent a message to his superiors on August 4, 2002, the day the CIA first used the technique known as waterboarding. He continues, "Don't misunderstand, the CIA's interrogation practices aren't remotely comparable to the crimes of Nazi Germany." He adds, "The Senate report describes a CIA that rushed recklessly into interrogation abuses, but what struck me was how unprepared the agency was for handling captured al-Qaeda suspects." He writes, "The agency, fearing a second wave of al-Qaeda attacks, turned in 2002 to two psychologists who claimed to be experts in interrogation. Based on their experience training American pilots to resist harsh interrogation, these consultants devised a list of 12 techniques to break the will of al-Qaeda detainees." Ignatius concludes, "It's wiser to be agnostic about the effectiveness, but clear about ethics. That's why banning torture is a moral choice, because in doing so, we may indeed lose useful information. That's the risk we take in doing the right thing." Dan Hodges in the Daily Telegraph seems to defend America by stating that the world needs America, both the ideal and the reality. He writes, "America doesn't do torture, or rather, where it's found that a relatively small but misguided number of US officials have practiced torture, it doesn't try and defend it." He continues, "I can't really rouse myself to a great deal of sympathy for the personal plight of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and his accomplices. I prefer to save it for those innocent New Yorkers who took the decision to leap to their deaths rather than be consumed by the flames of 9/11. He explains, "For me, the real tragedy of yesterday's revelation is the early Christmas present it represents for America's enemies. And by enemies, I don't mean the terrorists, but that industry of anti-US commentators and activists who subsist on portraying one of the world's greatest democracies as a nest of neoconservative crypto-fascism." He continues, "People hate America for the same reason, because it works. Whatever your prejudice, it defies it. On the left, America is a giant, shimmering advert for capitalism's supreme victory. On the right, America is a living, breathing symbol of successful diversity and multiculturalism." Hodges concludes, "The world needs America. Again, America's enemies will die before they admit it. But we all need America, both the ideal and the reality." For more updates, please visit levant.tv. And subscribe to MidEast In Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.